Kyle, where are we today?
We're at the Cobra Puma Golf head office.
And what are we doing here?
Checking out the Dark Speed Adapt driver.
Let's go!
Let's do it.
Before we get to the clubs, let's take a quick tour of a brand new Cobra headquarters. It's all done right here, designed to testing. It's a fantastic workspace as well. Let's go for a walk. This block of steel, one hole iron or wedge. It's really heavy.
Really cool walk down memory lane here, looking at some golf clubs that I played many, many years ago. A little bit of a vault here, if you will. John Daly, believe it or not, actually averaged over 300 yards on the PGA Tour for the first time with this exact driver. This is actually made out of Kevlar. The face doesn't flex at all. 300 yards with this thing.
This room is really cool. It's like the players' locker room. Come on in. This is where they have all of their clothing, hats and shoes and stuff. This is all Gary Woodland stuff right here. Back here, it's Lexi Thompson stuff. That's okay, I'll fix that up later. Over here, this is where Ricky Fowler lives. This is all his stuff right here. You got shoes back here. You've got hats, seasonal hats. Do you think Ricky would mind if I tried on one of his hats? Probably not. Okay, here we go. He has a pretty small head though. This is the bag shake test. It replicates what your clubs go through when you're walking or riding in a bumpy cart to determine how much damage is being done to the clubs. These guys think of everything. Okay, time to talk about the real reason why we're at Cobra headquarters in Carlsbad, California. That is to talk about the DS-ADAPT line of clubs. I'm with Jose Miraflor from Cobra Golf. And Jose, great looking clubs. There's two stories to tell here. There is the technology story and the fitting story. Let's talk tech first. What makes DS-ADAPT a step up from Dark Speed?
You know, Hugh, we're known for having some of the fastest drivers in the marketplace. We're creating drivers for different swings, right? And in doing so, you got to know what they need to perform their best. So each one of these drivers is created a little bit differently. For example, the LS driver, made for the low spin golfer, guys who are super fast, that can swing really hard, looking to control their trajectory. This is the right driver for you. We have the X model here, which is a great combination of speed and forgiveness, and our brand new 10K driver in this Max K driver here, which gives you 10,000 MOI, super stability, giving you consistency in your game. And then of course, the Max D driver. It's like having an offset driver that corrects your slice, but it's in a straight neck driver. There are some key technologies they all share. And one of them is aerodynamics. We like to think we own aerodynamics, giving that faster golfer a little bit of an edge. And then of course, there's an internal weighting system where some of these drivers are forward CG weighted for speed and low spin, and a couple of them are back weighted to give you launch, spin, to keep the ball airborne for the slower swing speeds. And finally, to give you speed all the way across the face, we have this, what we call hot face technology, 15 different hot spots across the face, giving you speed no matter where you hit it, trying to maximize your CT.
Let's talk fitting, a very, very interesting fitting aspect to these clubs. On the surface, it can look complicated to the average golfer, but it's really not. Walk us through it.
Yeah, absolutely. If you look closely at this driver, you can see that there are now some alphanumeric pieces on our hosel. What used to be an 8-setting hosel now is a 33-setting hosel, more than 4x the amount of settings that we had before.
So you've got options now.
A lot of options. And I know when somebody hears 33, they can get confused and say, whoa, that's way too many for me. But honestly, for every golfer out there, you're probably only going to need to try 2 to 3 to maybe 4 settings max. Basically, what we're saying is if you show us where your golf ball flies out on the range, we're going to give you some settings to try, and that's going to bring you back into a neutral ball flight, which is what we consider perfect or optimized.
If you're looking at the screen right now, there's a matrix up of all of these different settings, and say my miss is high right. I tend to slice the ball. I know that's very hard to believe, but I tend to slice the ball. So what's going to happen to me on this fitting matrix?
So when you're in the upper right quadrant, we automatically look on the opposite side, the lower left quadrant. We'd ask you to try some settings down on the opposite side, because if you start there and try down here, it's going to probably end up somewhere in the center. And then we're always going to ask you, because it's a very interactive fit, how does that look? Would you like it to fly higher, lower, still more right, or still more left? You can pick the next closest dot next to that, and that'll give you a setting that's fine-tuning your game. You make big moves first, and then fine-tune from there, and you're gonna end up with a driver that you can have a lot of confidence in and swing a little bit harder and gain a little bit more distance, right? That's what we're looking for.
Exactly. Don't be afraid of the math. It's not all that complicated. I guess the only thing left to do is to go get fit.
Let's do it.
Thanks, Hugh. I'm here joined by Andrew Lusty, manager of custom fitting for Cobra Puma Golf. What we're going to do today is go through the Future Fit 33 fitting protocol. We're going to look at some ball flight and then show how quick and easy it is to make some adjustments on the fly.
Yeah, first when you hear 33 settings, you think complicated. We developed a Future Fit 33 fitting protocol and chart to really show how simple it is to dial in your game.
All right, let's head over to the sim and take a look. So we've hit a few shots, and what we have on the screen is a representation of that general miss hit. A little bit of a low and right. So what do we do here? We hit this on a 10.5 degree loft and on the A1 standard neutral setting. Where do we go from here?
Yeah, so we pull up the chart, the Future Fit 33 chart. Looking down range at the chart, Kyle's typical miss would be in the H4 quadrant, low and right. So to fix that, we're gonna go to the opposite quadrant. We're gonna go high and left. We're gonna start in the D8 setting. Hit some shots in the D8 setting, look at the ball flight, and if we need to adjust, we can dial in further, moving maybe to C1, B1, C2, to eventually get that ball flight back to the A1 position.
All right, so you find the general miss hit and then move the opposite direction to really change the ball flight, but quick and easy here. So we're gonna pop it apart, make an adjustment, and then hit some shots to confirm.
Okay, so we're gonna move from the A1 setting to the D8 setting. D8's gonna add some loft and flatten the angle to hopefully fix Kyle's miss.
All right. Not gonna get much better than that. All right, so to really put a bow on things here, what we're gonna do is take this outside. We're gonna hit it on the range. You nail in the head first, then we move into some of the adjustments for the loft, and then you finish up with the shaft. So really looking forward to getting outside to hit this. Let's go.
All right, Kyle, here we are at Encinitas Ranch. We're going to put the DS-ADAPT to the test with the Cobra Tour Truck Fitting Experience.
All right, let's go hit some bombs.
That felt like it was off the toe, and it still ended up going straight. So Kyle's swapping me out from the X to the Max K. This is the 10,000 MOI driver. A little more forgiving, which is great for a guy like me, because who doesn't need some more forgiveness?
All right, let's dial this in. We're gonna start, we're gonna leave it on A1, just neutral to start, and then we'll make some adjustments. It's a 9 degree. I've seen you hit a couple, and they're going a little high. So I think we can hit a few shots on this one, see what it's doing, and then we'll make some adjustments from there. Some adjustments here. So E, it's not necessarily shutting the face, it's actually making the driver more upright, which changes where the face points. So E1, you're gonna see when you set this down, the lie angle of it, so how it sits on the ground is gonna be a little bit more vertical. All right, try that one.
There it is. That's the one. Yes, that felt amazing. All right, we're back inside now, and when it comes to game improvement irons, it shouldn't just be about distance. Feel should be a major deciding factor too, right, Jose?
Yeah, anybody can make distance into an iron. You just strengthen the lots, right? What you're trying to give golfers now is the ability to have a soft sounding iron so that they can have some feel. You're looking for accuracy, you're looking for stability. Those are the things that a golfer is looking for today, and even in a game improvement iron. So this is our DS-ADAPT iron. It's the standard iron of the two we're carrying, and this features a 27 degree 7 iron. That's pretty darn strong. There are some technologies in these irons to help you get the ball airborne. So first of all is this brand new 360 face cup. It's a brand new face that welds over the top line, around the toe, and all the way in the back of the iron. So you can't see it, but there's a weld mark all the way in the back. It goes around. So it's a giant cup face that flexes like crazy. Behind it, there's a weight that free floats, doesn't touch the heel, the sole, the face, or the toe. So it allows this component as a one-piece thing to flex like crazy. What makes it sound really good is that we have a microspheres foam system inside where you pour it inside, heat it up, it takes up all the nooks and crannies and vibrates at a different frequency as the face, giving you a really soft sound even for a game improvement type of iron.
I was going to say, yeah, because not a lot of game improvement irons, or not all of them, have that nice, sweet sound you're looking for, but DS-ADAPT
Typically a hollow iron can be very clacky, so we're very happy with the way this iron has turned out.
Who is this one for?
So this is for a standard game improvement golfer, a 14 handicapper who is looking for help with stability, hitting more greens, making more pars, and even some birdies, as we all love to do.
What's next in the line?
So to complement this is we know that people are getting fit more and more into irons. And fitters are talking about, yes, strong irons are very popular, but you need an iron that gives you a nice descending angle of ball flight so that it stops on the green. It's not just about as hot as it can be, it's about stopping power too. In comes the DS-ADAPT Max iron. 2 degrees weaker than the standard DS-ADAPT. It's made with a wider sole, a little bit more offset. So this is going to give you a higher, more draw bias trajectory to help give you that ball flight that can land softer and give you a more playable trajectory for more golfers.
Easier to hit, more fun. What's not to like? Thank you, Jose. Kyle, what a great day hanging out with the folks from Cobra. Not only did we get a tour of their brand new renovated headquarters here in Carlsbad, we also got to test out the new DS-ADAPT line of clubs. Your overall impression?
Very impressed. It was, I was hitting the driver really well, very fast, very forgiving. 4 drivers with an unbelievable fitting story. This change to the adapter is one of the largest changes that's ever happened in adapters and custom fitting. So all of the options really speaks to the importance of seeing a master club fitter, to find the right head, shaft, and setting combination for you.
There's something in there for everybody in this lineup from Cobra. Make sure you check them out at Golftown and golftown.com.